Ladies and gentlemen, welcome today to another edition of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. We're at the Chicagoland Speedway for the Camping World 300. See if Keegan Schneider could go for 3 straight victories here into this mile-and-a-half racetrack. It should be a lot of fun here tonight. Chicagoland puts on a lot of great racing, one of the better mile-and-a-halves on this schedule this season. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We do these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast every day. We'll see what we've got in store for this one. Qualified 23rd, not too shabby, but, well, considering there are only 36 cars in the field, it's still less than half, but we'll see what we can do. Kyle Larson fan, Patrick Shadley, and Trevor Grimes, welcome on into the stream. Chase Briscoe will be starting on the pole. We'll see if he can break that long-awaited losing streak now up to 45 races today. Mike Harmon, Joe Nemechek, and Austin Cindric starting from the rear. Cindric had the best car at Iowa, started at the back, dominated the second two-thirds of that race, crashed out with about 45 to go. He's looking for redemption here in this one. Left to start 34th in the field. Brady Thompson welcome on the stream as well. Green flags in the air. Briscoe will lead everybody to the green.
All right, you're clear there.
Schneider spins the tires a little bit there. A little shaky. Made contact, stayed right in the gas, drove out of it.
Clear eye, bud. Stay low.
Lap 1 in the books. Chase Briscoe's going to lead the opening lap of the race. Ross Chastain in second, looking to try and get around, and Schneider gains 3 spots off the initial start up to 20.
Got one up top.
95 on the engine power, 90 on the aero, 90 on the suspension coming into today's race. Chastain to the lead down the back straightaway, looking to pull ahead of the 98 of Briscoe now. Chastain had 2 wins in the first 3 races of the season, has not won 6. Still sitting with 2 wins on the year.
Car on the outside now.
Schneider has 6 wins, just got his 10th career Xfinity Series win last night
Still there.
at Iowa. He's been a short track king. But he does have 2 wins on a mile-and-a-half at Atlanta and Charlotte so far this season. It's right back around him, and nobody else is going to be able to follow ground down the back straightaway. Sozio, welcome to the stream. I did not get Blaney merch at Charlotte. No. Just didn't have extra time for the reasons I stated in the NASCAR Fantasy Podcast. Between that and then I was in line for a little bit, but it was too long. I don't really have that much other Blaney stuff I need to get. I mean, I'd like more die-cast, but it didn't look like they had any different die-cast. I don't need a sweatshirt yet. I'd like to get one before Martinsville because that'll probably be a colder race late in the season. As long as I get one by then, I'll be alright. Lindsay Marr, welcome to the stream.
Careful. Still there. Stay on the bottom.
Big moment there. Schneider kind of overran the corner. Contact as he about got turned by C.J. McLaughlin. Now he pulls up and blocks McLaughlin, and McLaughlin gets sideways in the center of the trioval. The 93 car shot Schneider right into the left rear of Fincham, and they all about went around. Is there any audio difficulties for anybody else? Down in the chat, let me know. Like you said, he can't. Some of it might be my fan also. I can turn my fan on. It's getting pretty warm, and I was just sitting down talking about NASCAR for an hour during the fantasy podcast. It's getting warm up here as it usually does, so. Especially in the summertime. Briscoe was able to lead lap 1 from the pole. Chastain's led every lap since. Lap 8 at the start-finish line. 45 laps in stage 1, 45 laps in stage 2. 110 laps in the final stage. And now Briscoe going to fight back to the lead, it looks like. Comes Austin Cindric with a head of steam in that 22 car for Penske. Schneider looked to block him.
Still there.
He's going to let him go into 3 and 4. Not going to battle him too hard. It's the car engine overriding the voice. I can turn the game audio down. Give me a quick second. No problem. Thanks for pointing it out. Okay, that should be better. You'll have to let me know if that's fine. I do want a little bit of the audio in there so you guys can get the sounds and the feel of the race cars. Just as if it was a regular broadcast, but yeah, you're having trouble hearing me able to pick it up a bit. Some of it could be my fan, but let me know down in the chat if that's any better or worse. Sends it into turns 3 and 4 to get back around Jeffrey Earnhardt. Cindric is working his way up fast right now after starting 34th. It was fun to watch come through the field last night, and then he dominated. You know, he definitely wants redemption. It's better? Alright, cool. And his side drafts Tommy Joe Martin's down the back straightaway. This 99 car feels awesome right now. It might not look that fast because we're in 19th still, but it feels fast. Especially at corner entry. Just got underneath Ryan Sieg. Sieg really pinched him down. He started in the middle lane.
Careful. Still there.
It's around Sieg. And just a terrible career mode so far. Last season, now this year. Made the football team. Nice. Congratulations. Yeah, I never went to a big school, so like we never really had tryouts. I know basketball one year we were going to because we had too many entries, but then we ended up just keeping everybody because we had a freshman team and then JV and senior team. That was the only year where we were going to have tryouts because we had so many freshmen the same year I played go off on the basketball team. We just had a freshman team. For anybody that was a freshman that didn't make it to JV.
Careful, still there.
That'd be wild if both of you guys are like the same age and you happen to go to schools that are like within the same conference and you guys end up having to play each other down the road. What a coincidence. Yep, Briscoe currently on a 45 race winless streak. That's just insane. To think he won 9 races in real life, and he got one right out of the gate, just 2 races into this career mode. And he did win the regular season championship last year. And again, he's consistent this year, too. He's second in the points, trying to chase Schneider right now for the regular season championship. Schneider's got that edge, though, for the moment. Schneider trying to go for 3 wins in a row, something he has not been able to do in his Xfinity Series career. See if he can do it here today. Michael Annett going to take the lead now for the first time. And now we have a caution. At lap 16, caution will wait for the first time in the stage. Ross Chastain goes around. He was one of the leaders. Was inside the top 3 as he goes for a spin. So a tough break there for the Watermelon Man.
All right, be smart out there. Going
And it looks like Chastain's going to be done for the day after that accident as well, as he is already pulled off the racetrack, and he'll be the first driver to exit from this race. Green flag back in the air, 26 laps to go in stage 1.
car high, careful there.
Schneider sends it. An advantage restarting in the bottom. Cindric got held up on the top behind Haley. Schneider quickly gets around both of them. Look at that run he has down the back straightaway into turn 3.
There on the outside.
3 wide, trying to hold his own line.
Got one outside.
Just outside the top 10 now, and he's underneath Herbst for that 10th spot. A lot of straightaway speed in this 99 car today as well. Helping him a ton. A little tag from behind from Jesse Little. Dangerous spot in the center of the corner to have that happen. Schneider's up to 7th quickly on the restart. Side by side for the lead between Michael Annett and Brandon Jones through turns 3 and 4.
Still there.
Schneider down to the apron through the tri-oval again.
Good clear there.
How about David Starr inside the top 5 in the 4th place early on? That cursed Whataburger car. We're going to have, oh my gosh, I was about to make an unintentional pun. I've got beef with Whataburger, but
Still there.
I think we'll just roll with that anytime we see David Starr now. It was my accident, my Charlotte incident happened in a Whataburger parking lot. Quickly up to 3rd place, going to run the middle lane through 3 and 4. R6, welcome on into the stream, by the way. Wearing my Detroit Tigers Memorial Day hat that I got a couple years ago, Memorial Day weekend this week, so I'm wearing this as well as my Ryan Blaney camo hat, supporting fallen veterans this weekend. Annett gets back around Jones for the lead. Schneider again down to the apron himself, has a huge run with that shortcut into turns 1 and 2, and he's underneath Michael Annett now for the lead. After Annett was able to clear Jones off turn 4 a half a lap ago, Schneider's going to clear Annett before getting into turn 3. And Jones back to the inside of Annett for 2nd place. First lap led of the race now. 21 to go, stage 1 for the 99 of Keegan Schneider. What's the area across the white line called? It is the apron. The apron of the racetrack. No out of bounds here at Chicagoland. No out of bounds on any of the tracks that are not the 2 super speedways of Daytona, Talladega, or road course, of course. No out of bounds on road courses.
20 more laps, no mistake.
Not far after the restart. A lot of clean air in front of Schneider. No lap traffic anytime soon, so looking to log in more laps led. He's already led over 600 laps this season coming into this race. Just insane. Remember, this is just the Xfinity Series 2. Races are not as long as the Cup races. I can't wait to get to the Cup Series and actually get to look at the stats during the 4 races, see how we compare. Diamond Jeff, welcome to the stream. Schneider make his own history and win 3 consecutive races for the first time in his Xfinity Series career here tonight. He's going to have a really good shot to do it. He's got some speed right out of the gate. He won stage 1 last night at Iowa, went on to win the race, so he's looking for another playoff point here. 17 laps to go in stage 1. We'll alternate through the different camera angles for the first time today. Not seeing too much tire fall off either. It's good out of this 99 crew. 300-mile races, they're the longest as far as mileage of the races this season. There's a lot of them on the Xfinity Series schedule, right? There through 1 and 2, had to lift a little extra. He had a lot of time to give up. Really trying to get the most out of this race car possible. Set himself up for later in the race. Moose is fast if he can hang on to it. Definitely got a faster race car here today. Again, this is the worst stretch of races for Schneider. Last season was Iowa, rolling into the second Iowa race. He only had 1 top 10 in a 7-race stretch during the middle portion of last year. Well, he kicked off this stretch with a win this year in the first Iowa race. And here tonight at Chicagoland, he might have a good shot at another because this race car is very, very fast from the get-go. See your comment from earlier today on the podcast. I might have seen something. Might have to repeat it down to the chat. I can't recall. So it might have been on the comment section of a different video. I had to work earlier today, so I might not have seen it. It was on another video at least.
Careful, still there. Alright, you're clear then.
Earlier than the podcast.
All clear.
Got here on the brakes pretty hard into 3 and 4. Cesar Baccarella cut down right in front of him. 8.5 second lead for Michael Annette. Yep, next race will be at Pocono
Still there?
on this Xfinity Series season. And then Indianapolis and New Hampshire follow that. Well, Austin Cindric's made his way from the rear towards the front, battling Chase Briscoe for second with 7 laps to go in stage 1 right now. Which is exactly where Cindric finished stage 1 yesterday after starting at the rear at Iowa. 22 car has been fast. If there's somebody that is going to possibly dethrone Schneider's reign with trying to see if Schneider can win 3 races in a row, it might be Austin Cindric. Schneider had to jam on the brakes again underneath Chad Fincham through 3 and 4 that time as well. 6 laps to go now in stage 1. Flat cars have not cut Schneider any slack here in this opening stage. Mills just left the bottom open. Late corner entry for him allows Schneider to put Mills a lap down. Mills had a great day. Top 10 run at Iowa for the rest of the day. Actually, that opening stage, I believe he finished 4th in the opening stage of that race.
You got room. You're clear.
24 cars on the lead lap. To go stage 1. I don't think there's going to be any adjustments that needs to be made on this 99 car during the stage 1 break.
Stay at the bottom here. Clear all around.
Yeah, our only 2 DNFs of the season came during this portion of races, and we already got 2 of them already this season.
Clear over.
Both in the first 13 races.
White flag. Next time by.
Two laps to go, stage 1. Schneider all over Brandon Brown. Look at how sideways he got trying to keep that car underneath to the 68.
All right, you're clear.
He's put as many of these guys a lap down as possible. He's got about 4 more cars within his vicinity at least. 1 more lap to go, stage 1 here at Chicagoland.
Let's go. White flag.
Schneider gets to the outside of Justin Haley, gets around him quickly. Mike Harmon's having a solid day at 19th. Really good for that cell phone race team, but he's going to go a lap down. He will finish the first car a lap down. He'll get the free pass at the end of the stage. Don't think he's going to get it, though, as Schneider gets to the outside and gets around Tommy Joe Martin's off turn 4 as well. Keegan Schneider wins stage 1, another stage win on the season for him. Alex LeBay, last car on the lead lap at 17th. Austin Cindric from the rear to 2nd. Keep an eye on Cindric going forward in this one. Annette, Jones, Gregson, Burton, Briscoe, Starr with a great run. Herbst, and Jesse Little with a good run of his own. Rounds out the top 10 in stage 1. So again, no adjustments on this 99 car. 4 fresh tires and a full tank of fuel. Will be coming. Schneider Schneider wins the race off pit road, so he'll maintain the lead at least for the restart. Initially, green flag back in the air. So control the pace. Many times as he can restart that bottom lane, the better, and so far he's 3 for 3 in being able to do that. Count the initial start of the race. Restarted second, couldn't get down to the bottom in time in front of Annette. Looked like he was going to have a chance, but Annette was getting a big push from Harrison Burton. Schneider with the clean air out in front of Michael Annette. Harrison Burton, David Starr, and the rest of the field. Entire inside line really took off on the initial restart to the stage. Schneider just simply trying to block Michael Annette in the one now. Here comes Harrison Burton to the outside. Schneider slides up the racetrack right in front of Burton. Michael Annette going to get to the lead on the bottom. Schneider tried to side draft him, but Annette had too big of a run. So Michael Annette is back out in front now at Chicagoland.
Got one Keegan outside.
Herb's trying to pitch the 99 down. Got 3 Toyotas now all of a sudden. Running up here, ooh, contact.
Still there inside.
Schneider and Allgaier, that contact has really held this 99 car up.
Careful, still there. Hold your line.
Side draft the 4 of Little, stay just to the outside of him, couldn't really do it.
Car there on the inside. All right.
Tries to block Noah Gregson now for 11th off turn 4. 3 and nearly 4 wide, even further back in the pack, outside the top 15. Those guys, and a big swarm as well. Wide between Little, Cindric, and Jones. Schneider just ran his fastest lap of the race that last time. Push now down the backstretch for Noah Gregson. There's still 3 wide just up ahead. 31.272, fastest lap of the race that last time by for Schneider as well. He got a little too loose in the 1 and 2, kind of overdrove the corner a little bit again. Gregson continues to stay right there. Schneider thought about blocking him, thought better of it. Gregson's underneath him. Schneider's just going to let him go through turns 3 and 4. Noah's obviously got a faster car right now. He's looking to pass him for a few laps. Couldn't get around him. Once he got to the inside, Schneider let him go. 36 laps to go on the stage. Plenty of time for this car to kick in. 4 wide through 1 and 2. Little, Starr, Jones, and Cindric off the exit of the corner. Couldn't tell if they made contact or not. And Cindric pulls clear of all 3 of them. Shot out of a cannon on the outside. Good thing he cleared them. I don't think they were going to make the exit of the corner. The way they were 4 wide and packed side by side like they were. Meanwhile, Michael Annette's getting away from Burton in second. They're 3 wide now. Gregson in the mix. Underneath Daniel Hemrick and Brandon Jones. Passed them both through turns 1 and 2 on the bottom. Right near that white line in the center of the corner. Alfredo and LeBay slowly start to close in on the 99 of Schneider. Outside lane. 10 laps complete. Stage 2. These guys don't have to pit to the end of the second stage, but they might. If we get a caution, maybe see some split strategies. Schneider's committed to staying out to the end of the stage, conserving those tires, that's for sure. Wants to make sure he's got 2 sets for that final stage of the race. That's what helped him at Iowa last night. He had a top 5 car for most of that race, but he didn't have a race-winning car until Cindric knocked himself out of the race, crashing there late. Well, leading nonetheless. After green flag pit stops, he didn't even have to pit the rest of the day, and he had about an 11-second lead when it happened. Over at the time, Michael and Nett, Schneider was in 3rd. Tried backing out of the corner a little bit earlier there on entry. That gave him a huge run on Daniel Hemrick. Now he drives it deep into 3 and 4. Stuffs it underneath Hemrick, clears him easily, and holds clear off turn 4. Great pass. Oh! A little bit too wide of an entry into turn 1 as he brushes the wall. Race car, though, pretty much clean. Despite that slight mistake. That's really taking control here in stage 2. Cindric had such a bad restart, fell back to 10th. Expected Schneider to fall back because he didn't have a good short run car. Cindric had to restart in that outside groove that really costed him. He's definitely working his way forward, though. Now going to get around Justin Allgaier from 9th. Still 26 laps to go in stage 2. He's got plenty of time to run down to Nett. Nett's not too far behind lap traffic as well. He'll probably catch him in a few laps. Really deep into 1 and 2. A little too deep. Otherwise, he might have had a chance to stay at least to the inside of Jones down the back straightaway. Trying to get a run through 3 and 4 again. He's definitely got a run on him. Gonna try the outside. That middle groove. Jones continues to fight on the bottom with the run off that middle groove is going to give Schneider what he needs to clear Jones down the back straightaway. Now Jones jumps to the high side. So does David Starr. Again, Schneider overruns the corner. Stays in front of Jones, but now Jones has a run off the top. As well as Starr ahead of him. He's going to be tough to get around David starting out through 1 and 2, but again, David goes to the top, Schneider to the bottom. Slides up in front of him easily, clears him by a couple car lengths for 7th. Looking back down to Jeff. That continues to lead. Schneider underneath Noah Gregson. Gets around him for 6th. Mike Harmon right in front of Harrison Burton. Off turn 4. Schneider goes to the outside. So does Gregson. They both get around Harrison Burton for 5th and 6th. It's heavy lap traffic now in front of Briscoe, in front of Cindric. Herbst and Schneider closing in fast. Herbst to the inside of Cindric. Schneider to the inside. 3 wide now for 3rd. Huge train of lap cars on the outside. Briscoe cleared them all. He goes high himself through 3 and 4. Schneider now to the inside of Briscoe for 2nd off turn 4. We got 4 seconds off the lead for Michael Annett with 20 laps to go in stage 2. Briscoe came down the track a little bit, trying to side draft. Back to the outside again, but Schneider is easily going to clear him for the spot. Rolling through the traffic, both lead lap traffic and lap traffic. This 99 car is definitely hooked up here tonight. Could be looking for a max points day. Could win the 2nd stage and then go on to win the race. Already won stage 1. Schneider has a 7.8 average finish coming into this race this season as well, with just 3 finishes outside the top 10. 2 of those being DNFs, again at Homestead in Mid-Ohio. The only other finish outside the top 10 was an 11th place run in the 2nd race of the year at Las Vegas. He had 2 other finishes outside the top 5. That was a 6th and a 7th place run, a mile and a half this year as well. I should say on intermediates, Texas, and then Auto Club Speedway. 2-mile oval, Montana, California. That caught behind another lap car. Just barely over a second ahead of Schneider. He's got 4 more lap cars when that came from directly in front of him down the back straightaway now. He's a 17th place car also. He's already a lap down. First driver currently a lap down. Side-by-side lap traffic in front of Annett now into turn 1. Nowhere for Michael Annett to go as Schneider continues to close and close quickly off turn number 2. Oh, he looked low to block Annett to block Schneider, and Annett got ran into from behind by the 99 as Schneider gets around him off turn 2. Great save by Michael Annett. He got really squirrely after the contact, but he's going to lose the lead. He tried to block, and Schneider had just so much momentum with Annett trapped behind those lap cars. Schneider couldn't check up in time, but luckily they made it through. We stayed green. 99 back out in front for the 2nd time today. is currently 33% capacity. All right. Yeah, I wasn't sure what the capacity was exactly for this weekend. I know it's going to be full at Nashville again. I'm excited. And they've already sold out. They've already came out. Again, if Charlotte, if they would have announced the tickets to be at 100%, or the event to be at 100% capacity this last weekend at Charlotte, instead of the week before like they did, if they would have had more than a week notice, it would have been sold out, because they were very close to sold out as it was. Again, being there in person, that place seats 89,000 on the front stretch with all the grandstand seating. I guarantee that place had over 80,000 easily. And that was only 1 week notice of having full capacity, because before that they were only going to allow 30,000. And then, like a week and a half before the race, so they were going to open it up all the way. So they sold a lot of, they sold nearly 60,000 tickets. At least 50,000 of those tickets. Just over a week. Schneider's already opened up a 3.5 second lead over Michael and Net here in stage 2. Followed by Cindric, Briscoe, and Herbst in the top 5. To go, stage 2. Back, Trevor. Briscoe gets around Cindric. In the meantime, for third, fourth, fifth, look like they're all under a blanket still, just like we saw them when they were battling through lap traffic a dozen or so laps ago.
You're all clear up top.
And that's about 5.5 seconds ahead of them. Yep, Pocono going to be full capacity too. That'll be 3 straight races will be at or near full capacity.
Still there?
By near the Charlotte again, it was very close to full. Very few empty seats in that place. Great to see, great to see. Especially in person. It just makes the atmosphere that much better. Enhances the experience. Lively crowd too, but in a good way. Caution! I saw somebody was slowing the track map going into 3, or going into 1 or 2, the other end of the racetrack. And that's going to warrant a caution late in the stage. Schneider's going to stay out of the pits. Free pass will go to Tommy Joe Martins in 16th. Second straight time Martins is going to get in the free pass position. This is tough because Schneider's going to stay out of the pits. And we're going to restart with about 4 laps to go. In this stage. We'll see if he can hang on, but I doubt he's going to be able to. Carney Boy, welcome on into the stream.
All right, be smart out there. Going green.
Restarts from the lead. He'll stay out. 4 laps to go. Stage 2. Stinks. He had about a 5.5 second lead over Annette. That lead is quickly gone. Gets through the gears pretty well. Helps he restarts on the bottom. We're going to see Annette fall back now. Schneider's going to pit at the stage break. And he's going to hope he can at least get inside the top 10, but once he loses that clean air and loses the lead, he's going to drop like a rock on nearly 40-lap older tires. He's got 3 more laps. Held on for 1 lap. These next couple going to be a little bit harder. Really try to arc that corner off into 1 and 2 as much as he can. Chase Briscoe in second place all over his back bumper, trying to get around him. Gregson's now got to run on the high side down the back straightaway. Oh, he's got to run. Schneider overdrives the corner, slides up the racetrack, corrects into the lead on the top. 3 wide and tight off the exit of the corner. A little bit of contact between Clements and now David Starr's pushing Schneider down the front stretch as well.
Car there on the inside.
Cindric had to check up another bad restart for the 22. And Schneider's quickly falling outside the top 10. Now that he's outside the top 10 quickly, he's just trying to stay out of everybody's way to the end of the stage. Briscoe, meanwhile, to the inside of Noah Gregson, trying to get the stage win for himself. Final lap of stage 2. After just our second caution of the race for incident. Still side by side for the lead down the back straightaway. Briscoe on the bottom, top sides, Noah Gregson. Looked like Briscoe was able to clear him into turn 3 on corner entry. Side by side for second behind Briscoe as Chase Briscoe will win stage 2. Here tonight at Chicagoland, Schneider 15th, no stage points after leading late in the stage by 5.5 seconds. Caution setting up a restart with 4 to go costed him. But now he'll pit during the stage break. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel. He'll repair whatever damage he has on the race car. A little contact there towards the end of the stage. Looks like Allgaier's going to top off on fuel. Good for tires as well. And free pass will go to Justin Haley. Having a Chicago street course race tomorrow for the Pro Invitation. Yep.
Are you ready here?
Say up.
Got one peeking
Flag
outside.
back in the air. 4 lap fresher tires likely not going to do anything extra special for the 99 and the 7. Chase Briscoe restarting on the lead in the final stage, trying to break that 45 race winless streak tonight at the Chicagoland Speedway.
Careful.
3 wide down the back straightaway. Schneider's got to run to the inside. 4 wide now into turns 3 and 4. Schneider makes a dive bomb move. Heck of a restart by the 99. They're still 3 wide and tight behind him. And he's on the inside of Clements for 6th place into turns 1 and 2. Tapped the brakes a little bit. He kind of overran the corner, and now it's 3 wide middle off turn 2, trying to hold his line. David Starr, Austin Cindric right around him. Burton and Annette right on his back bumper.
Stay on the bottom here.
And Burton to the outside.
Right outside.
Schneider down to the apron. Just about at the halfway mark.
Outside.
Early into this final stage. 3x3 traffic on the restart. Side by side for the lead at the front. Between Brandon Jones and Noah Gregson. Oh boy, 3 wide. Still dicey, just outside the top 10. Oh! Alfredo ran a little wide into turn 1. He got into the left rear of Schneider, clipped him. Schneider goes up the racetrack, loses about 3, maybe 4 spots if Allgaier gets around him. Tommy Joe Martin's in the 44 right there as well.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Got braces today. All right.
Still there. Got one down low now.
Yeah, I've always had pretty straight teeth.
Stay high, stay high.
Brad braces growing up.
All right, you're clear. Still there.
3 wide with a huge run underneath Herbst and LeBay. clears them both down the front stretch. He's going to get around Anthony Alfredo through turns 1 and 2 as well. Passes 3 cars in less than a half a lap. Get back into the top dozen. Noah Gregson took that lead away, by the way. This lap on Brandon Jones. Cindric, meanwhile, on the inside of Jones for second. Yeah, I've heard they could be a pain. Or you could fight through it. Cindric fighting back to the lead. Off turn 2. Actually, this is the first time we've seen Cindric lead all day long. We know he's had a fast car who's been stuck back in traffic on the restart. Not the greatest restart this time either, but he finally gets there within about 7 laps after the fact. Here we go, halfway home here tonight. 100 laps down, 100 still to go. At least through the first half of the race, Schneider feels like him and his team has been in control for the most part, outside of that late caution in stage 2. But as far as trying to win the race goes, they feel very in control, knowing they have a dominant car. They've got 2 sets of tires left for this final stage and need a long green flag run to at least start the stage now. Because if we start to get a bunch of cautions, it's going to split the strategy up, and that's not going to put him in control of this race, or get as much control as what he would be now, even though he's running 11th. Doesn't take too far into the run for him to really take off. Contact with Clements.
Stay low. Careful, still there. Clear high, clear high.
Have we had a big one this year? Talladega, we had 2 of them in the Xfinity race on this career mode season. The only ones I can recall on this season, at least. Oh, Texas as well. Turned Josh Balicki. We got our payback on him. A couple other. It wasn't really like a big one, but there were a few drivers involved. There were a few involved in the wreck. Balicki turned us at Homestead too. The DNF. About 5 or 6 cars involved. As far as like big ones though, we had 2 at Talladega. I don't remember any at Daytona. Fight around David Starr and Jesse Little. Both have been in the top 10 all day long.
All clear. Clear high, bud.
It's back around Starr. It looked like he was going to clear him, but Starr had that run off the top side, was able to get right back around. He's got a massive run. Nowhere to go with it into 1 and 2. They're side by side right in front of him. I don't think we had overtime at Talladega.
Stay on the bottom.
We have had 3 overtime finishes already this season. Total.
Still there.
Those 2 big ones were the first half of the race, if I remember right. Sends it underneath Allgaier for 5th place now. Into turns 1 and 2. pulls clear of Brandon Jones as they go back and forth for a second, while Cindric is pulling away from second place, but Schneider's got the fastest car on the racetrack currently with 92 laps to go in fifth, quickly closing on Chase Briscoe. Side draft on Briscoe.
Hold your line, stay high.
And they're trying the top side into 1 and 2, and he's got the spot easily on the outer lane. Well, he wasn't all the way on the outside near the wall, but he was higher than Briscoe into the corner. Kind of ran that middle groove while Briscoe ran the bottom on that white line. Jones and Gregson continue to go back and forth for second place. They're side by side. Jones back to the bottom. You do 100%. Yeah, 100% races all the time. He's going to run on Gregson. Jones cleared him. Schneider gets back around Gregson. Gregson back to the bottom. Schneider now on the inside of Brandon Jones, and he's going to clear Jones for second place through the trial. Jones back to the top. Gregson to the bottom through 1 and 2, and now they're side by side for third. Couldn't quite hang on that left rear like he wanted to, and Jones pulls clear for the moment. Jones down to the bottom now to block the 9. Two and a half seconds roughly is the lead for Cindric over Schneider. It's safe to say this 99 car has the fastest race car in the field tonight. Just a matter of if he can get the job done at the end of the day now. Look at that 7th win of the year, 11th in his Xfinity Series career, and it'll be the first time he can win 3 races in a row. On a little bit of a streak, a good one too, going into Pocono. Yeah, no rivals for us. Never had one in the Truck Series. The one season there is our second season on the Xfinity Series side of the career mode, and we haven't had a rival at all here either. Lucky turned us one day, and then we turned it back, but I mean, we never actually made rivals with it in the game. We do have a rivalry with Denny Hamlin on the championship mode, though. Schneider been working through lap traffic. Cindric got held up big time behind Mike Harmon. Schneider gets to the inside. Trying to side draft Cindric. Now he has to split the lap car of Harmon. Now Hill, Austin Hill that is, in the way of Cindric on the top.
You got room, you're clear.
Keegan Schneider to the lead through 3 and 4. It's back to the high side. Cindric pulls closer. Now Cindric gets caught on the bottom behind the lap cars. Oh! Trouble for the 92 of Josh Williams. Looked like he blew an engine right in front of the second place driver, Austin Cindric, who had a huge head of steam off 4, trying to get to the inside of Schneider. He already got stuck behind him, and then when Williams blew an engine, Cindric almost got into the back of him when he checked up. Lost a lot of time, and now Schneider's got over a 1-second lead. No, I've not. I've done one dirt race and one live stream of it. The day that the Cup Series was supposed to race at Dirt Bristol, we did a Dirt Bristol race on here. That is the only dirt race I've ever done on this game. I didn't play it at all in Heat 4 either, so I've been since Heat 3. It's the last time I raced in the Dirt Series. Not a big fan of it in this game. It's just not. I liked it when it first came out on Heat 2. I think was it Heat 2 or Heat 3 was the first year they had the Dirt Series. One of those two. Whatever one had the first one. I enjoyed it because I love racing like dirt games and stuff like that. Growing up, it hasn't really been one in a while. Until Tony Stewart's sprint car racing games they've came out with over the last few years. I tried the first one, and it was alright too, but we need like a legitimate good dirt racing game. A really good one. It's been a while.
Stay high, stay high.
Fred Samuel. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why I don't do it.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear there.
They're adding on to that laps led total this season. Should be able to get a 95 in the aero department before we go into the Pocono race as well. Seven laps to go. Should be a one pit stop race to the finish from here. Should be. As long as we go green long enough.
Stay low. All clear.
You know that SRX game came out, but I don't plan on getting it. If it was less than $40, I would. $40 though, and I've seen gameplay of it. It doesn't look that much different from the other Tony Stewart racing games, and the first one was not that great. So I think I'm going to pass on it. Jeff Green's going to get the free pass. He's 2 laps down though, so he's only going to get 1 of those laps back. Third caution of the day is just flown. Everybody's going to be hitting pit road now for fresh tires, full tank of fuel. At least topping off on fuel. Schneider wins the race off pit road. So bunch the field back together again. Still a 1 pit stop race to the end. These guys cannot make it to the end on fuel from right now. Green flag back in the air. Here's Chicagoland. 73 laps to go. And a second driver out of the race now as well. So we got a good jump. Cindric also got a good jump despite restarting on the outside that time. That was big. Maybe his best restart of the day. Hopefully I didn't speak too soon. He goes to the high side, and Brandon Jones going to get the second. Now they're 3 wide for third place off turn 4. Schneider leads at the line. He overdrove the corner a little bit there on Brandon Jones on the 19. It wasn't too bad in the middle to the exit of the corner, though, and Schneider still has the lead down the back straightaway. Tries to hold on the top and bottom. Slides in the center. 3 wide for the lead off the exit of turn 4. Brandon Jones is going to get there. On the top lane. In contact between Allgaier and Schneider in the tri-oval. Be careful. Allgaier slides into turn 1. A little contact. 4 wide on the bottom. Still 4 wide off the exit of turn 2. Look at Harrison Burton beating and banging his way up to 7th.
Got a car coming inside now. Got one down low now.
They're still 4 wide through the tri-oval. We've seen 4 wide all the way around this racetrack for a little over a lap now. I use manual shifting. It helps a lot more with the restarts.
Inside.
And it's a lot more fun on the road courses, in my opinion.
Hold your line, got one inside. Still there inside. Car high, careful there.
Oh boy. 3 wide sandwich in the middle again. Between David Starr and Anthony Alfredo. Just less than 70 laps to go.
Got one outside now. You got room, you're clear there.
Haley continuously pushing Schneider.
Still there. Still there. Still there.
Oh, another big slide up the track. Right in front of the lapper of Landon Castle. Haley gets by for position, finally on the bottom. Schneider's back to 17th. This is far back in the running orders. He's been in a while. Definitely the worst restart he's had today, which is awkward because he led for longer on the restart this time, about a little over a lap and a half before losing the lead. These guys are about 18 laps exactly short on fuel. So again, we will have one more pit stop before the end. There is one set of tires left for the 99 of Schneider as well. So not really going to have much of an advantage on it.
Careful. All clear.
Have to see if those pit stops will be under green or yellow. I want to say we've probably led the most laps in this race. I think Michael Annette is a close second. Cindric's led for a little bit as well. Briscoe won stage 2, but he hasn't led too many laps. Chastain led laps early as well before he DNF'd. I want to say by a very close margin, we've probably led the most up to this point. But it's pretty close between about 3 or 4 different drivers.
Still there.
Very competitive field here tonight, that's for sure.
Car outside.
He's definitely had the best long run car. Oh man, that was strange. A little bit of smoke coming out of the right front there off the exit of turn 2. I thought we had a tire going down for a second. Wanted to drift straight up the racetrack too. on the throttle and everything. Kind of a scary situation. We had a tire rub from contact on the restart. We were 4 wide. Ooh, contact with Anthony Alfredo. Brandon Jones leads at Chicagoland with 62 laps to go.
Still there? Still there. Careful. Still there.
Haven't seen a whole lot of tire wear in this race tonight. We have about 61 laps to go.
Still there? Clear high, clear high.
Pass for position through 3 and 4. Well, mainly down the front stretch, but that run started through 3 and 4, and now Schneider through 1 and 2 gets around Hemrick as well. Back up to 12th. Hemrick's got 1 win this season. He's locked into the playoffs. He had 4 last year. A little bit of a step back. As drivers we saw winning a lot of races last season haven't really done much this year. Schneider won 4. Last season, he's already won 6 this year, topping that total. And then you look at a guy like Austin Cindric, who had 4. I believe he's got 1 win this year. He might have 2, but I think he's got 1. Harrison Burton had 6 last year. He's got none this season. Hemrick had 4 last year. He's only got 1. Gregson had 4 last year also, and he has 0 this season. Hendricks fought his way back to the front. Just got around Brandon Jones off the exit of turn 2. 3 wide for position for 9th. From David Starr, Allgaier sandwiched in the middle, and Riley Hurst on the outside. Starr's going to pull clear of both of them now. And down to the bottom again. Allgaier will follow into turn 3. We're closing on this group of cars. Going to get himself back in the top 10 here pretty quickly.
Still there. All clear. All right, you're clear there.
Slides in ahead of Allgaier. Into 3 and 4, and there he is back inside the top 10. Big run in the tri-oval underneath David Starr and Jeremy Clements. 3 wide into 1 and 2.
Outside, hold the line. You got room, you're clear.
Passes them both. Jesse Little up to 6th place, keeping this good run going. So he's battling Chase Briscoe right now, but he just got around him. He's going to block Briscoe into turn 1 as well. Back to the bottom, trying to block Schneider in the center of the corner. First he started the corner blocking Briscoe. He ended it blocking Schneider. Schneider with a big run down the backstretch, going all the way down low. Trying to make sure that 4 car didn't slide back in front of him again, and Schneider's now up to 6th. Two things that need to happen that is going to help Schneider win this race today. One, stay green to the end, cycle through green flag pit stops. Is likely going to be the best thing because he's only going to stretch out the lead if he can, obviously when he gets to the lead during this run. And then those final 18 laps of the race, he's probably not going to be as fast as everybody else, assuming everybody pits right around that 18 to 22 or 23 to go range. It's likely when we'll see green flag pit stops. Again, if we don't get another caution, and if we are going to get another caution, Schneider's not as good on the short runs, so if everybody's packed together, that's going to hurt him, and everybody's on equal fresh tires at least. So if we're going to have a caution, it's going to have to be, I'd say our limit would be 30 laps to go. And if we get a caution with less than 30 to go, that's going to hurt us trying to win the race. But if we have it with a little bit more than, I'd preferably way more than 30 to go, but 30 is kind of like that limit where I feel like we could still win if we have a decent restart. If we have a restart like we just did right there, restart with 72 to go, and it's already taken Schneider about 20 laps just to get back up to 6, a little over 20 laps now. That's what I mean, like we'd have to have a really good restart for 30 laps to be that limit for a final caution. Even though Schneider has dominated and has by far had the fastest car in the long runs, this race by no means over. Timing of the last caution wasn't the greatest, because everybody came to pit road. He didn't have to pit, but he would have only made about another 20 laps on fuel anyway. He would have already pitted. He's going a lap down right now. So he had to pit to stay on the same strategy. He's got one more set of tires, but if we get a caution, everybody's going to be coming to pit road for the final stop of the race.
Careful, still there. All right, you're clear.
Yeah, at least right now it's looking like we'll have drivers make it on points, but no guarantees of that yet. Still got double-digit races yet until the playoffs, 11 more after the checkered flag flies today. Cindric had the lead and then falls back to third and lap traffic. Michael Annette is the race leader. We've seen him lead a lot today. Schneider traps Cindric behind the lap car and now moves up to third. Cindric back to fourth.
You're clear. All right, you're clear.
Got 6 wins on the season so far. There are 6. Good chance to maybe break that record. Chase Briscoe set real life in 2020 last year. The most wins in an Xfinity Series season. And Schneider's chasing as well as the championship, of course. Jones to the high side, Schneider to the inside. That'll clear Jones easily through 3 and 4. 1 second off the race lead from Michael Annette now. Late in this race, just 45 laps to go. Bad restart, but a little bit of help from lap traffic. It's going to take Schneider 27 to 28 laps to get to Michael Annette. At the line, they're going to split Joe Nemechek through the tri-oval 3 wide. Annette leads the lap, so it'll be 28 laps, assuming Schneider can pass and clear Annette, and he does into turn 1. Easily clears him back down to the bottom. He had that huge run off the top in the 3 and 4. Second and a half lead, 2.5 back to Jones. Cinder Gregson the top 5. Boy, Schneider almost slid into the wall there in 3 and 4. Had to lift. Let McLaughlin go on the inside. He gets underneath CJ down the front stretch. 41 laps to go. I'm not going to lie, I don't think Schneider's in control of this race anymore. He is if it goes green, but we saw what happened on that last restart. The later and later we get, we do end up getting a caution. Everybody's still got to pit one more time, so you know everybody's coming to pit road again. What is the situation going to look like for the 99 team? $40 to go.
Still there.
With a run to the inside of Ray Black Jr.
Car outside, hold the line. You're clear all around there.
We'll be having a doubleheader on the channel tomorrow night. Pocono and Indianapolis for the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode. Supposed to get some rain, so I won't be able to golf after work tomorrow, so we can do a doubleheader. Start time for the first race will be at 6. Second race will follow immediately after the end of the Pocono race, which will be the first one. Then Indianapolis will do the second. Just over a 5-second lead though here tonight at Chicagoland for Keegan Schneider. That's a little Wednesday night doubleheader tomorrow for you guys. Hey, love doubleheaders. Hey, Pocono.
Stay high up here. You're all clear on the bottom there.
Pocono's put on some pretty good races on the, I mean, just the NASCAR Heat 5 in general. Except for last season. Last season's Pocono race in the curve mode was a snooze fest, but outside of that, though, we've had some great races on this game at Pocono. So it's either, I don't think it's going to be anywhere in between. It's going to be either a bad race or a really solid race.
Still there? You got room. You're clear there.
Don't forget about classic NASCAR gameplay. Yeah, we were, again, so with that and the custom schedule mode for our final season of NASCAR Heat 5. The reason why you guys haven't seen as many of those streams, I wanted to do those once a week at least. And the reason why I'm not doing those as often now is because we didn't win the championship last season in the Xfinity Series. So having run that extra season here to win the championship before making the jump to Cup, I want to make sure we get, you know, the career mode done before the next NASCAR game comes out. I don't know if I'll be able to win a championship my rookie season in the Cup Series. It's only going to be even harder than the Xfinity. We didn't even win the championship of the Xfinity Series season. We finished 5th in points. Schneider's got just over an 8-second lead now on Michael Annette. Gets to the outside of Alex Levay, and we're at that point now. Just over 30 laps to go. I think Schneider needs this to stay green at the end. If he's going to want his best shot of winning this race, this has to go green. He cannot get another caution. Only had 3 of them all day long, compared to 8 in the race last night at Iowa. But even that Iowa race, we only had 2 in the final stage. Breaks behind Timmy Hill. Schneider's caught lap cars in terrible spots a lot today.
Careful, still there. All right.
Underneath Anthony Alfredo. 14 laps left that these guys can go on fuel. A 10-second lead. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles one final time in tonight's race. We'll get back to the start-finish line this time. Definitely in case we get another late race yellow. Schneider's trying to put as many guys a lap down as possible. Hemrick going to go lap down now. Only 12 drivers on the lead lap. Front down to about 20% tire wear. Surprise exactly that we're at that point to run. $30 laps to go. No other strategy could have been pulled off to avoid, you know, having this situation with a late race caution too. If we do have one that costs us the win, or at least a good shot of it. Everybody's been on the same strategy. Nobody's really been able to go off strategy because we've had pretty much nothing but long green flag runs anyway in this race. Just an all guy are going to go lap down the front stretch. Hurts. Jeremy Clement's about to go lap down as well. 14.5-second lead. Schneider nearly 15 seconds now into turn 3 is that lead. Clements and Hurts going to go lap down. Just 9 cars now in the lead lap. At least he can lock himself in with the top 10. Worst case scenario. Got a caution.
All right, you're clear.
He's got just over half a track lead on this field. About 7 more laps. These guys could go on fuel at the most, at least. Jesse Little's going to go lap down now. Briscoe's going to go lap down in 8th.
Clear high, bud. You're wearing those tires down, driver.
25 laps to go. Yeah, I'll be looking to add moderators once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I think is what I'll end up doing. There will be no asking to be a mod. I'll just simply handpick the people that have been on the channel for the longest. No particular order. I mean, if you guys have been... I might, you know, make like a stipulation where you have to be a subscriber on the channel for at least 6 months to be eligible.
Easy on the tires, driver.
And then obviously, you know, in the streams quite frequently as well.
Alright, you're clear.
Start going a lap down here late as well.
Alright, you're clear.
23 laps to go. Here's it's April 20. Yeah, Jackson's definitely been around here for a while.
Clear low.
So has R6 too. Over a year, but not sure. It's possible. I mean, we started the channel back in mid-February last year, so I mean, you'd have to be a really, really long subscriber to be here for that one. Yeah, I remember that, Jackson.
See if we can manage our
Harrison
tires
Burton got to go lap down too.
You're all clear on top there.
Schneider's got at least 2 more laps of fuel left. About 2 more laps. 4% on that right front tire as well. Haven't seen a whole lot of tire wear. Middle lane through 3 and 4 this time.
You're low on gas. You're running it on fumes out there.
Schneider's going to stay out for 1 more lap.
Top 3, use it if you need it. See if we can manage our tire wear a little, okay? You got room, you're clear there.
20 laps to go here tonight at Chicagoland.
Alright, you're clear there.
We go green to the end. It'll be a 72-lap green flag run to the finish. Keegan Schneider will be pitting this time by. He cannot go another lap on fuel.
Okay, now.
We'll make it all the way to the end of the fuel run, no problem. He'll be sputtering in the middle of 3 and 4, so perfect time. Some of the other leaders, Brandon Jones and Moore, coming into the pits as well. Well, with sputtering, that's going to help him get to pit road pretty easily there. 4 fresh tires, half a tank of fuel, just enough to fill it up to the end, and no adjustments on this 99 car to the finish. $14 likes on the stream tonight. Thanks for everybody hitting that like button, by the way. This picker's been fast all season as well. So this is only going to help. And Schneider's got this race won if this goes green to the end. That's really all he's banking for at this point. 13.3 seconds, time for the fastest stop he's had this season.
You're clear of pit road.
On the money stop here tonight at Chicagoland.
Got a car high now.
Staying on the apron, now he'll merge on the back straightaway.
Just ahead.
Holds on to the lead easily. The green flag pit stops. Oh man, Ryan Sieg almost got it in the back of McLaughlin. They're side by side entering pit road up there, and Schneider about ran into the back of it. That would have been terrible. 18 laps to go. Brandon Jones cycling through to second place. And his green flag stops.
That car ahead of you is pitting.
With 4 cars on the lead lap. Stephen Curry will come on into the stream. 17 to go against Schneider trying to win 3 times in a row. First time in the Xfinity Series portion of career mode. You can do that. He did that twice in the Truck Series. Championship winning single season there. Plenty good on fuel and tires. There's a lot of the lap cars still cycling through green flag pit stops right now as well. Taking their final stops of the day. I'll call you up for short, but welcome on into the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Got 6 wins on the season so far there, Stephen Curry. 15 laps to go to get a 7th. Will be career win number 11. Xfinity Series career at least. Keegan Schneider. And he'll be just 3 short of the record for the most in a single season. A lot of races to get it done yet. We have a very good chance of being able to maybe catch that feat. We'll go through the season stats at the end of the race, see where we're stacking up. Schneider's led the most laps so far today. Just to tell you how much faster those guys are since cycling out of the pit, so Schneider's already lost 4 seconds to the second place car of Brandon Jones in about 6 laps. About 7 to 8 tenths of a second slower a lap. Everybody on equal fresh tires. Gregson and Cindric running, sorry, not Cindric, Gregson, it looks like, man, it's hard to tell who's behind him. Noah's in 5th, he's the first driver lap down. So try to unlap himself before we end up getting a caution, if we do get a caution, because otherwise, yes, he would get back on the lead lap with the free pass, but he'd have to restart back in the field. Got 2 slower lap cars right in front of him. This might help Gregson. Nemechek and Colby Howard both going to go to the outside. Oh, Schneider overruns the corner. Almost into the side of Nemechek. And Gregson barrels through on the bottom to get back on the lead lap. No real fight right there. 11 to go now. Oh, Gregson went to the top. Problematic. Now he drops down to the bottom in the middle of the corner to block Schneider, who had a big run, but Schneider overrides 1 and 2 now again. NASCAR does need to return to Chicagoland, indeed. It's a great racing at this track. No real reason why they really left it. Especially, you know, if, say, Chicago is a place for a street course for NASCAR, I know Chicagoland's not actually in the city of Chicago, but
Stay low, stay low.
I mean, like, there's no point of running a street course there when you have a very good 1.5 mile track. And I know it's another 1.5 miles, but it's probably, in my opinion, it's the best 1.5 miles. And NASCAR's got better than Homestead, Kansas, Vegas is other, good 1.5 miles, but Chicagoland had great racing. It doesn't matter what package either. 2019 was awesome. 2018 was really awesome. I was there in 2019. I did not think when I was there that I was going to be seeing the last race at Chicagoland Speedway. Did not think that was going to end up happening. I'm glad I went, though. Glad I was able to see it before I went off the schedule. 7 laps to go at the line this time. And we've had 3 overtime finishes as well this season. Just going to throw that out there. Brandon Jones dealing with a lot of lap traffic right now. That battle for second is going to be intense if we do get another late race yellow. That'll be the spot to restart on the front row. Get another caution. Set of tires for the 99 Schneider. We don't know if anybody on the lead lap might pit if a caution comes out as well.
Still there?
6 to go. Schneider barely clears Tommy Joe Martins into turn 1. It's close. I mean, that could be a good reason why they don't have it on the schedule. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of hope for that track in the future for whatever reason, too. Hope they return. Schneider had a big run on Noah Gregson. He's got a chance to put him a lap down again. Gregson got caught behind Austin Hill. Schneider slides in front of him, but then here comes the crossover now by the 9 of Gregson. Oh, Mike Harmon. Thought they were going to split Harmon 3 wide, and Harmon pulled down right in front of Noah.
You got room. You're clear.
Schneider caught behind Fincham now. Trying to keep that 9 car behind him and hold him a lap down.
Still there.
Gregson had it. He's falling a lap down again.
You're clear.
Gregson caught behind Chad Fincham now. Austin Cindric just got around Brandon Jones for 2nd place. And he's looking for that redemption here tonight. Runner-up would be a good run. Not the win that Cindric will hope for. A couple tenths ahead of Jones, that's it. And a couple seconds back to the 4th place car, Michael Annette. Two more laps.
Here we go. Careful, still there.
Schneider's just trying to hustle to get to that white flag.
3 all around.
In turns 3 and 4. He's got it. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go at Chicagoland. Dominant performance tonight for the 99. He had the fastest car throughout. Didn't win both stages. They had a late caution in stage 2. Restarted with about 4 laps to go. Fell back to 15th on those old tires on that restart. But outside of that, it has been dominant for Keegan Schneider tonight at Chicagoland. One of the more dominant wins of the year, probably outside of Atlanta. Checkered flag in the air, his 3rd win on a mile and a half this season. 3rd in a row, and 7 total of the year. Career win number 11. Keegan Schneider wins the Camping World 300 at Chicagoland. What a season. Victory celebration. Only 4 drivers finished on the lead lap here today. A lot of that was because of the 72-lap green flag run to the end. Keegan Schneider with the win. Again, got a stage win in there, so 6 more playoff points added to the total. Cindric, runner-up, 2nd place. Oh my goodness, Chastain flipped earlier? I didn't notice he flipped. I saw him spinning earlier in the race. I didn't see him flip, though. That must have been after we rolled past him. My goodness. No wonder he was out for the rest of the race. Austin Cindric, anyway, finishes second. Brandon Jones third. Michael Annett fourth. And Noah Gregson rounds out the top 5. Harrison Burton, finishes 6th. David Starr, great run. Top 10 all day, finished 7th. Chase Briscoe, stage 2 winner, finished 8th. His winless streak will hit 45 races, 46 going into the next one. Jesse Little 9th, and Riley Herbst rounds out the top 10. Briscoe started on the pole today, too. Only led a few laps. And the only 2 DNFs were Josh Williams and Ross Chastain. We saw Williams blow an engine there in the final stage. Schneider adds on to the regular season points lead. Over Chase Briscoe. Let's see here. $52 points right now is the lead for Schneider over Briscoe. So still within one race. Chase is trying to run him down. Well, there's another game glitch. Not that. 94 laps led for Schneider today. Again, led the most laps. Cindric started at the rear, finished second. Staff's coming from the back. He might win one of these things eventually. And Chastain DNF'd after starting third. But there's the game glitch of the night. An 8.843 second lap time for Joe Graff Jr. today. How? An 8 second lap time on a mile and a half. By God. What is that? Like more than 2 miles? It's got to be like... I don't know. Well over 200 miles an hour, you'd have to assume, considering it takes like 30 seconds to get around this place. Crazy. Well, we should be able to upgrade the engine department to a 95. We got to make ourselves better going into Pocono tomorrow night. So we'll hope for the best there. There's that incentive bonus as well. Rainer Road. Amazing. Hashtag Keegan Schneider Nation from Austin Cindric. Indeed. Indeed. Jason Games, welcome to the stream. One more race just joined. Sorry for that one, man. I gotta work again tomorrow. That's gonna be it for the night. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll have a double header. Do we have to skip Pocono? Oh, no! Oh, there's another game glitch. God bless America. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. Is it gonna make us skip the Xfinity race? Oh, we have to simulate that. I hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't make us skip the Pocono race. Driver's warming up to Keegan Schneider. Keegan Schneider is a good, clean driver. We need more of those clean friends. That's going to hurt our statistics if we have to miss this race. I would assume. What if that makes us non-playoff eligible? Just because of that. That'd be stupid. I mean, if it makes us skip this, that's going to be 2 glitches we've had in the same video now. I'm just going to compliment these guys. We're not even actually racing in the Cup Series, so I'll take the compliments. I'll take what I can get. Well, we're going to have to simulate that one, too. I really hope we can race it coming around the next week. Oh, it did. What the? Come on, man. I know it. Why? It's a good thing we got those 2 top 5s. Why would it force me to skip Pocono? I mean, we can run double duty. And we're not actually running the Cup races. But, of course, yeah, we can get 3 top 5s in 5 races. Well, that kind of stinks. Well, I guess Indianapolis will be the next race tomorrow. Because we don't get any sort of pay for it either. And now we only have a 7-point lead. We had a 52-point lead, and now it's down to 7 because it made us skip Pocono. We had a 52-point lead in the regular season standings and made us skip Pocono for some stupid reason, and now we only have a 7-point lead over Briscoe. All that hard work basically out the window with 10 races to go before the playoffs. And we have a battle again. And Cindric's in the mix, too. Cindric's within yeah, he's within about 62. But, I mean, he's not out of it, but who won? Ryan Sieg wins at Pocono. First career win in the Xfinity Series. Did it score us last, or did we just not start? 35 entries. So that it at least shouldn't hurt our statistics if we look at the bright side of things. It shouldn't hurt our statistics. Well, we gotta take a look at the points now. Obviously, we know those are the regular season points. Look at how many stage points we've scored this year. 162. 10 stage wins. I didn't realize that was our 10th stage win of the year tonight at Chicagoland as well. Well, I guess there's going to be no race 16 on the schedule. We'll just have to go to 17. I agree with you on that one, Ethan. Chase Briscoe, second. Burton's starting to climb up there as well. Sieg should be in the top 20. Yeah, Sieg is 15th in points. Abysmal start to the year, 2 years in a row, but he gets a win this year. Could get him into the playoffs. Timmy Hill, watch. He's up to 28th. He was in 30th the last we saw, so he's moving up. He's got to be in the top 20 for that Talladega win to count him for the playoffs. Timmy Hill hasn't scored any stage points at all this season. I think him, Joe Graff Jr., and Landon Castle are the only 3 drivers who have not even scored any stage points. Vinnie Miller hasn't made a start. Why couldn't Vinnie Miller race for us last week? I mean, we made us skip it. This made him skip it too. So, let's see. Playoff standings. There we go. So we have 8 different winners this year with Timmy Hill winning so far. Brandon Jones would be the last driver in on points. Is that even right? Yeah, last driver in on points is 7th. Allgaier would be the first. Man, could you imagine Justin Allgaier missing the playoffs? Shouldn't be qualified for the NASCAR. No, we got a playoff waiver. It's all right. That would suck if it didn't allow us to compete. If it didn't allow us to compete, I would just skip and just go to Cup right now if it denied us from winning the championship. But that's not the case, so. Alright, so. Yeah. Just gonna wrap it up. Oh, yeah, we're gonna look at the stats. I really hope it didn't hurt the stats. Okay, so at least the stats aren't hurt. Because it shows us having 15 starts still. I'm glad it didn't just have us finish last. That would have hurt. 630 laps led. Not too shabby. 12 top 10s and 15 starts. 7 wins. 10 top 5s. Well, I guess our win streak ends at 3, unfortunately. I think it only did that because of the Pocono doubleheader. But even still. So we shouldn't have that problem the rest of the season, but still made us skip a race. Well, we can still upgrade the work plan before Indy. 95 on the arrow now. There we go. 95, 95, and 90 going into Indianapolis tomorrow. Awesome. Get this Speedway chassis worked on. We'll have to go to Kentucky with this chassis right after. So I guess Indianapolis and Kentucky will be the 2 races on the channel tomorrow. But we'll still have a doubleheader. Planning on it, at least. Oops. There we go. Alright, now the work plan's ready to go. Alright, yeah, thanks for everybody tuning in once again here tonight. Doubleheader on the channel tomorrow for NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode, Indianapolis and Kentucky. Race 17 and 18 on the season. Like, share, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I will see you guys. We'll be back and better than ever tomorrow.